Hello, my name is Don Paganelli. I'm with the Department of Fish and Wildlife Fishing in a City program. And today I'm going to talk to you about using artificial lures for rainbow trout. First thing we need to know is line size. Using light line, you'll catch a lot more fish. Trout are very line shy. Anywhere between 2 and 6 pound test line is what I recommend. And sometimes you can experiment with using 6 pound test and then having a lighter leader between that and your lure. That can work also. But the lighter the line, the more your lure is going to work better for you. Also, have a good swivel in line so that it doesn't twist your line, because these spoons and spinners will twist your line. Those are the two lures we're going to talk about today. Let me show you an example of the type of swivels I'm talking about. You can tie these swivels between your rod, the end of your line. If you're using 6 pound test, you can put a lighter leader on there and then tie your swivel on there, and you can attach it straight to the lure, or you can put it back a little ways, about a foot or two back from the lure. As long as you have one of these in line, it'll keep your line from twisting. Now I'm going to show you some of the spinners that we're going to be using. Now you'll notice that some of these spinners have different color blades, and some are painted, but most are either going to be silver or gold. Those are the two colors you should stay with. And on some of these you'll notice that the bodies are different colors and they're weighted so that you can cast them better. And sometimes you can go into some of your local tackle shops and talk to them, or talk to the fisherman you see catching fish and ask him which one he's using. Most fishermen are pretty talkative, and they'll usually try to explain what they're using so that you can maybe go find some of those. And some of the other ones you'll find have feathered tails or some type of feathers tied to the back hook. Again, these are all things that attract the fish, but the main thing with spinners is that blade spins. That's why they call them a spinner. And again, these will twist your line, so make sure you're using a good swivel in front of that lure. Now the other baits I'm going to talk to you about are spoons. Now spoons, of course this isn't a fishing lure, but what I wanted to explain to you, spoons have some type of a bend or concave to them that makes them wobble in the water. Now in the past, people have cut the handle off and punch a hole in both ends, put a hook on one end, and believe it or not, you can catch a fish doing that. I've done it. I know it works. But that's basically the design of most spoons, and that's what makes them wobble in the water. Now I'm going to show you some examples of some spoons. Now like I said, some of these spoons have some different shapes, but most of them all have some type of a bend or an angle to them that makes them wobble in the water. Most of them are going to be silver or gold, and you'll find some that have painted sides on them, but I would suggest you stay with the silver or the gold. Now on cloudy days, a lot of fishermen say the gold works better, and on the bright clear days they say silver works better. But you can experiment back and forth with some of the colors to see which one works best for you. And like I said, some of these have some crazy shapes to them, but most of them will have that bend or that shape that looks like a spoon, which makes them wobble back and forth in the water. And again, experiment with your different ones, whether it's a painted side on one side or not, and they have different weights to them. They all cast really well, and by allowing them to sink a little bit, you can vary the depth, because some of the fish might be deeper, some might be shallower, so you just experiment with the depth, whether you're using a spinner or a spoon. So thank you very much, and if you have any questions, send them on in, and hopefully we can get to them, and have a great fishing day. Thank you.